For my pick, it's very, very difficult to say, but it's going to be very hard to beat Victor Toledo if he can put in the power calves. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sean. Yep, I agree. Filipe's definitely going to be hard to beat. Seen him throw down some very dynamic maneuvers. Everyone who follows him on Instagram would have seen some of the free surfing displays he's put together. Anyway, a decision was reversed.
Which is,
or interference.
I mean, I'm trying to think of how many times has a decision been reversed? It's pretty rare.
Well, we don't like to do it. Here we go. Michel Bourez up on the first wave, P12, the last heat of the day. Well, that's with the Championship Tour competition anyway. Big start for Michel and a big old hack there. Again, just digging on that rail.
Poor wave. Thing got annihilated.
Yeah, Michel just,
man, oh
brutal
man.
approach.
That was fierceness at a high degree. Wow. You know, and he's one of those surfers that can utilize that styrofoam and showcase huge amounts of speed and talent and power.
Here we go, Filipe Toledo loading up. Lip line float to get down the line. Again, goes to that move. So swift as he makes his way to the open face. Just blitzes that last section. But just that one big turn, really impressive stuff.
How was the, I don't know what you would call that. That was, talk about high line. He like bottom turned on the lip as he was going down the line. Let's take a look at that. That was crazy. Beautiful waves. Take a look at Michel here. Again, one of those surfers that can hold on to all that speed and lay into it right there. So much water being displaced, and again, two in a row, two different styles, the layback and then the carve, the twisting body, straight through it. I mean, that was a combination of major moves, every one of them. Even that maneuver at the very end of the wave had gusto to it. That was beautiful stuff. And then now Filipe, to see this lip line, you can see there's the float, but this one where he actually like pumps on the lip. Whoa, whoa. See that? Now he actually literally put it back on his inside rail again. And then this turn. That was awesome. Just the one turn though, so it's not going to be a major score. As you see there, the float, but watch this. Slow-mo this one, where he actually literally goes back to his end of the rail there. What? Like literally turned back up just to carry that speed down the line. That connection with the lip as well, unweighting, so he can keep the speed all the way down the line to get that one move.
Since Margaret River, really, since we've seen him that good. So, I mean, he was just on fire. It's a beautiful display of surfing. And then out the back here, these guys are having a blast too. I mean, come on, look at how good the waves are still out here. Zeke just flying through this bowl. Beautiful. Little nugget on the inside, banging away on the layback hack. He's got a little more on the inside, he looks like. See if he can come around for more. Bingo! Lots going on here, guys.
Well, Zeke Lau, his patience might pay off. He waited quite a while for that first ride. He picked off a real gem. Michel Bourez still going just behind him as well. And a nice finish there before the wave shut down, but a great exchange.
I tell you, Zeke Lau picked a gem, and the second wave of the set was also a beauty for Michel Bourez. Michel Bourez is going to capitalize big time here. Take a look at Zeke Lau here first. Again, making the notice that that first wave of the set's going to have good pace. You see him loading up into the barrel. So again, trying to show a bit of variety. Didn't get super deep, but that turn there, extension too, where he actually lays it out. That's commitment. Judges will take note again. Finishing strong as well, getting the final maneuver on his feet. So that's going to be a good number. You see again, look at that speed carrying into this maneuver. Anytime you can get yourself extended, you know, your body extended, that's commitment to the maneuver. There, snaps it, tries to get into this barrel here. And, you know, you need to disappear a little bit longer to really be truly a high-scoring barrel, but shown with a bunch of big turns like this, still going to fetch a good number. And again, try not to get too excited when you're on a wave like this. Tough to do. I mean, it's just so perfect looking. Got to tame yourself. But look at this barrel here. This is the wave number 2. Comes out of it super clean, was disappearing, and then there, Michel Bourez. That big layback carve. And again, back to back. I mean, his maneuvers are so accentuated just because of his body, his positioning, the amount of effort he puts into the maneuvers. He's like, they're frameworked as big, big turns.
His first wave had a slower pace to it, but he fetched a decent number just by unloading so much power. That ride a lot quicker. He was able to maintain pace with the wave and still unload those big maneuvers with all that momentum. A 9-point ride, well out in front now. Zeke Lau's put up a solid score now, an 8.1.
Able to keep yourself off the bottom and go right into another maneuver again and have it be a dynamic move. But there's that extended version. Again, great technique, sweeping his arm across his body, but there it is, straight into another bottom turn, setting it up, no pumps. You know, there, I think just a little bit of a miss. I mean, that was an opportunity maybe for it to bash the lip, but he knew that this one was going to barrel, so he had to kind of stall underneath it because it was going to run without him, so he had to make that read as he was going in. He would have loved to have just tagged that section, but again, so much faster down the line. But then accentuates that turn, but straight to the bottom, right? There's the pump. So Zeke Lau, an 8.1. Great start for him. He's in this heat.
Seeing
So
a lot of
finish, right?
competitors too, Pete, in their first championship tour effort here at Jeffreys Bay, and it's been super impressive with some amazing rides. I think are capable of a really big result here. Zeke Lau and Leonardo Fioravanti, they've got big rail turns, and with wave selection like his, they could go a long way. Here we go, Filipe up. Beautiful first turn. Always executed with so much speed.
Jeez.
Oh, deadly approach here from the Brazilian. And he is not done with this wave yet. Just one turn after another, all major maneuvers.
I am chuckling because that
likes
was
the feel of it.
That was sick. That was sick. In a good way. I mean, he even loves it. You can see just a little chuckle.
He's got the green hair. He just hulked that wave.
That was amazing. And this is a great heat. I mean, this is now you're going to see. I mean, that to me is the best wave of the heat. And again, great pace. Just a one-wave set. Oh, just laying into it, just full arc. And again, that one there, that turn was in a very steep section. 3 in a row, big extension of the rail, then the snapping drift, fades the bottom turn, another hooking snap. Oh man, I mean, that was power surfing at its best with a ton of speed.
He's adding up the numbers. Love it. Have a look at the speed in which he executes every single one of these turns.
Well, look at that. See, that's the extension. Again, arm sweep through, great technique. To the bottom, and then sears it. Such different approach in the lip, too. A lot of it vertical. But look at how long he holds that rail in the layback carve. Straight back down to it once again. That time drifts. I mean, this is going to be a big number, and how can you deny it? You show comparisons throughout this heat already. You have a 9 and an 8-1 to compare it to.
We've seen some good barrels today, but that's my favourite wave on maneuvers alone. This should be a huge score.
It should be, and it will be.
Waiting on the numbers to come through. Just the variety, Pete. No two turns were the same, but every single one of them was executed with so much speed that it was high-risk surfing.
Major maneuvers. That's that combination of major maneuvers. He's done that. I mean, it is incredible. And I mean, a lot of that came down to with the wave choice, too. I mean, he did make the move on the first wave of the set, but it had such amazing pace to be able to really showcase the maneuvers once again. I mean, you're right. I think that maneuver-wise, this was by far the best wave of the day. I mean, every move was just executed with perfection and so different. Yeah. 1, 2, 3
points in the first turn, 4 points in the second.
Can you do the right math?
Yep.
9.5?
Yeah, 9.5.
You can't miss anything. I mean, if you set up all these things that you can utilize in those settings on your WSL app, you will not miss your favorite surfer's wave at all.
Filipe Toledo there just having a shot at an insider. but that wave's not going to factor in. It's a throwaway score, just a 0.57 on a medium-sized set wave. So capable of chasing down that 7.17. Zeke Lau's still within it. Within reach as well, needs an 8.58. Some movement here. Filipe having a look. But Zeke puts priority to play and tucks into the barrel. Punches through that curtain. Very deep at the moment. Not sure he'll find that open face again. Sticking with it for a moment before getting slammed. Well, here we go. Have a look at this. Michel Bourez holds Filipe off this first one. 45 seconds to go. There is still some lines rolling our way out the back. Michel wants to up the ante. He wants to get rid of that 7.67. Solid hit there. Climbs on the roof. Plugs that floater. Rolls through to the inside. Adding some extras.
Jeez.
A solid finish. The Tahitian is on, but not sure that one will go into his top two. Meanwhile, outside.
Uh-oh. Well, Filipe has that top priority.
Zeke has a look, but he'll have to surrender and get out of this one. Because Filipe is going to get some room to move here. Let's see what he can do. Drives off the bottom into this first section. Swings hard off the top for that first move. Transitioning down the line. Pulling into the barrel. Finds some cover. Punches through the curtain. Gets a little caught behind. Ooh. He's clapping his hands. Throws a little shucker. Chasing a 7.17.
Unless Michel up the ante. And I feel like Michel's going to be right there with this 7.67. Maybe slightly higher, slightly lower. I don't know if it's enough for Filipe. I think he needed some more at the end of that.
Let's have a look at Michel's ride first. Let's see if he dropped the 7.67.
Well, I mean, it's a smaller wave already out of the gates, but he blitzed this thing. I mean, look at all the different types of moves he did again. The floater, the snap, just kept it going straight top to bottom. Aggression for that final move. He liked it more, that it was enough. As you see again, carries a ton of speed. And also, you almost kind of compare it, that turn. Again, he knew that he had to keep the momentum flying down the line, that he really, truly couldn't commit super into that turn. And then the barrel, you saw it kind of clip his back.
He just floats across a wave, Filipe. It just looks like his board is just barely in the water until he makes that decision to throw his board on rail, and then he buries it as deep as anyone, as deep as any of the power surfers on the championship tour. So the numbers rolling through for Michel Bourez. Didn't go into his top two, a 7.37. Filipe Toledo, he fell short on his last ride, a 5.67. So the Tahitian hangs on for a win in the last heat of the first round. Filipe and Zeke, despite some great performances on some solid set waves, are going to have to make their way through round two if they want to stay alive in the mix.